What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's AR Defense Replay Review. Let's check out the team. So as I mentioned last time, we switched to a Cav Line in late season in response to Milla. You can see the units I'm using here, we'll go through them in a second, but just some high-level stuff. Milla shuts down any kind of one-dancer comp, I think, that doesn't have crazy turn 1 pressure like Cav Line does. And I didn't feel like the infantry units I have access to on an infantry pulse team do enough damage to be able to run a 2-dancer comp with Sothis and Yoon. I think if I had Bramimond, I could have made it work, but because he is an extra infantry attacker. But Thrasir kind of fills a similar role in Astra Season, and I have her, so since I already have 2 Dark Mythics, there's no reason to go and invest in another one, and we can make it work without him. So checking out the team here. A lot of the builds are similar to what we would run on Cav Line in Astra Season. Rolf, he gets a little bit less value out of ARD attack res on Dark Season, because he gets the Sothis buff to resistance, but we run him a Sturdy Blow to still kind of balance out his defenses a little bit better, and he's still got pretty good speed and obviously a lot of attack damage from that ARD attack res, so he's a pretty scary unit. I think I want to look for a way to kind of protect him better in this column. He's the best offensive unit on the team, which is why he's in a lane that's not covered by the Panic Manor. But that does mean that he gets a little bit of the Reinhardt treatment, you know, from Astra Season, where he's kind of the primary one people park their tank in front of, and so there's a lot of him losing to bikes and other tanks of that nature that he just can't handle. So, still haven't quite figured that one out. I'm not running a Hone Cavs with him right now. I might switch to that at some point, but I don't think there's enough value in it right now. The concern with that is that you need like a Harsh Command Plus or a Restore to fix that on him, which we have. But obviously Milla can park herself in one of these lanes, particularly this one, and just shut that down coming from Yoon. And then Rolf is just completely neutered if he has a Hone Cavs panicked off of him. So, still trying to figure that one out conceptually, but we're doing okay for now. Next up is Luis. Luis is only +3, and like I keep saying, you can make Cav Line work at fairly low merges. You don't need crazy high investment. Honestly, one of the reasons I was hesitant to use both Luis and Rolf in my Astra Season Cav Line is because I don't love the idea of investing into so many Grail units here. Like, I have 3 Grail units now in this Cav Line. That's a lot of Grails to just pour into one defense comp. But Luis is a little bit of a stand-in, I think. I don't think I'm ever going to be +10ing Luis. I probably will eventually +10 Rolf, because he is the higher fodder investment. I don't think I'll ever +10 Luis. We do have Monstrous Bow on her to give us a second panic user, so she's kind of filling in the staff role. I don't really like the idea of having 2 staff units on the defense team in late season, because Air can just tank a staff unit in a pinch, and also she gives the extra resistance. And they don't get the attack buff from Duma. Like I said, I don't have Bramimond. So all those things coming together make staff units a lot less viable or a lot less threatening in light season. Sothis is kind of filling in the Duma role a little bit, just wings mercying in. Gave her attack speed bond, no more trying to make it work with push skills or anything like that. So she's just wings of mercying in to try and take out bikes, basically, is her job. Yoon is here. She can reach every lane with Harsh Command Plus. She will prefer to Harsh Command Plus Rolf if he has a combat. Remember, Harsh Command Plus does have a rally AI, so she'll only hit units that have a combat. Next up is Eflin. The only change from I guess a couple changes from the Astra Season Cav Line. We're running her with Restore now. We wouldn't do that in Astra Season. This is just to prevent her from getting baited out too easily by like an air or something. I think Restore is really good on late season Cav Lines. It's also going to help us set up Claude here, as we'll see. And that's the other thing. We're running Fortify Cavs next to Claude. And the thinking here is if he gets panicked and Ethlin gets taken out of the picture by Milla, it doesn't ruin Claude's offensive stat line, but then we can still get the Fortify bonus on him to activate his weapon condition, because there'll be 12 total buffs, so guaranteed activation of his weapon condition. So still keeps him as a viable unit. We just aren't running Hone Cavs on him because it's too easy for that to get shut down. And that does bring us to Claude. He's running the same build, or a pretty similar build to what he ran when he was on the Astra Season Cav Line. I decided not to bring Reinhardt over for this week because it is still Bride Micaiah, or Duo Micaiah bonus season. And I just think that's too free of a winning matchup to go against Reinhardt to be viable. I was getting tired of seeing it, and so she's a flying unit, so the idea here is she doesn't have a winning engage against any of my Cavs, because all the bow units obviously win against her. Honestly, even if she has Iote's shield in a lot of cases, she might still get one shot because her defense is so low. And then obviously she's highly unlikely to have null C disrupt, so she doesn't win against Ethlin either. That's just a stalemate. So we like that there's no winning matchup for Duo Micaiah, shutting down one of the biggest counters. I'm not sure we'll keep this. We might bring back Ryan once her bonus season is over. We'll have to collect more data on that and see how that works out. Might try it out, but for now we're running with 3 archers. I also don't think the decision to run it with 3 archers is as clear-cut as it used to be. I think it used to be true pre-Milla, that archers were just better in late season, but now that Milla's here and gives defense, I don't think that the decision between physical and magical damage in late season on defense is as clear. I think it evens them out a little bit. Air is still going to be a little more common, but it's not as slanted in favor of physical damage as it used to be. All right, let's jump into the replays. All right. First Milla test of the week, but first we've got a +10 Resplendent Eliwood, +1 Duo Ephraim with no Gale Force. Honestly, I guess Ephraim isn't bad against Cav Line, because he has effective damage if we were to give him Distant Counter. Obviously, he's not doing much with Heavy Blade 4. Peony, Air, Unmerged, and then this is a triple Mythic comp with Milla here. And 6 buildings. The number of people that still run 6 buildings is part of what makes Cav Line so good, honestly. Interesting. So yeah, so here's an example of where we... there was no panic here, but this is a case where Claude couldn't be targeted by an assist skill because of Milla. Wow. That's a lot of damage. Don't mess with the kid. Wait, what is he getting hit by? Oh my goodness. He's getting hit by both shrines. Yeah, that'll do it. Oh yeah, I remember now. The tier 4 stance skill value. If you'll notice, Sothis is 1 space over in this replay. It's the first replay of the week. I ended up moving her after I saw this replay because Ethlin went and restored her over restoring Luis, even though neither of them had a combat. And I was like, I would prefer Luis to get restored over Sothis, so I just put Sothis behind Luis so this doesn't happen again. I obviously didn't end up mattering here, but didn't let that happen in the future. So we're still playing. Ephraim does an insane amount of damage.
It's all going to plan.
It's all going to plan. Milla does not do an insane amount of damage. Is that the same sound effect as Demons? So Ethlin restored there over attacking Ephraim. Healer AI, they will always restore unless they have a winning combat. So unless they kill a unit. Nice. That's a nice outplay by the AI there. Give Sothis a kill. The healing also is pretty cool from Restore. Being able to heal Claude there. What the heck?
Tread carefully.
Yeah, this is kind of where I don't know why we're not running Gale Force here, but I don't know. And now Ethlyn has the kill, so she'll take it.
I'm sorry, Leon.
Nice drawbacks. We didn't get Peony out of range for some reason. But it's just cleanup at this point.
Comes to me.
Alright, we got Duo Micaiah, who can't do anything here. Got a +10 Legendary Edelgard with Heavy Blade 4. Fun stuff. We have a not +10 Air, another not +10 Air, and a +10 Corrin with Ether and Rally Defense Res. This is a pretty good Corrin build if you're not going to run a... You know, I always do like Wings of Mercy, if you're not going to run a Link skill. It's not bad. Link skill is better in Corrin, but this team doesn't really have a lot of buffs, which is kind of weird. So I don't know what we're trying to accomplish here, but I do like Corrin at least. It's a good unit. I mean, I guess if you don't have buffs, nothing to get panicked off, although we are eating a shrine there. Oh. Rolf just running it down. Wait, I guess Micaiah has IOTs here. So she could have tanked one of my vocabs. What? Yeah, that's enough physical bulk in her bonus season to tank a vocab. I don't know why I didn't do that. Just gambles the lightning trap. That's fair. This is another really interesting anti-Cav Line unit. I think Marth is actually a really good tank in general. And he wasn't that many... These 4-star focus units are a pretty good value on their debut banners. And this person obviously went in for him. And, you know, I think as a tank, he's pretty viable, and that definitely is going to be a pretty good Cav Line counter to watch out for because of his effective damage and his weapon, and it already makes sense to have distant counter on him. So this isn't that uncommon of a Cav Line counter. And even counters archers, obviously, which Duo Micaiah and Brave Micaiah do not. Lancina is a good support. Wings of Mercy too. I mean, hey, I do like the Wings of Mercy. I do think this type of support unit is not the best user of it, but I'm not going to complain. Better than a lot of other beast slot options. It's good use of a bonus unit to get this attack tactic. I guess this is a buff too, or it's spur. Well, the attack tactic's good. I don't like the spur. Do you have one spot of building space? That's pretty good. Yeah. I guess Jafar would have just bullied Reinhardt even harder.
Merciful night.
Oh man. Oh, he got the special though. Okay. That had been like, if he had killed him by 1 HP, that would have been a little annoying. Weird. Yeah, and that's the other thing is that it puts him in vantage range. Yeah, I wanted to highlight this too. So I had to rewatch this the first time because I was like, why didn't Ethlyn just attack Marth here? So this is a great example of the difference between staff users on Light and Astra Season. So here, Ethlyn does not outspeed Marth, obviously. But in light season, she's doing 52 damage into 37 plus 7 from Lancina. So she's only doing 8 damage to him. In Astra season, Marth has 5 less resistance because there's no air. Ethlyn would have 3 more attack because we would have Duma. And then theoretically, he might have had 7 extra damage applied to him turn 1. So we missed the attack by 6, and we've got like a 15 damage flip there just from being in a different season. So it's another good example of why staff units aren't as good in light season. It's just kind of showed right there is Ethlyn gets this kill on Marth if this is Astra season, but because it's light season, she chooses to restore instead. And it wouldn't have mattered. Like, even if Ethlyn had attacked here, if she didn't have restore on, Yoon would have just gotten Vantage killed, and so would Claude. So it wouldn't have made a difference. Sothis would have had no wings target as the Hardy Bearing unit.
My moment has arrived.
Oh, actually, I guess Ethlyn wouldn't have healed Yoon.
This is a gift.
So actually, this is a case where having restore on her was bad, because she healed. Whoa, I didn't even think about that. That's pretty wild. I really think Ethlyn would have attacked Marth there if she didn't have restore. Whoops, I didn't mean to skip through the replay like that. I don't know what I skipped. And then before Yoon attacked, Sothis would have just wingsed in and killed him with Hardy Bearing. Wow. Huh. It's worth thinking about. Of course, she might have just been baited on turn 1 if she didn't have restore, and then it wouldn't have mattered anyway. So it's hard to say. It's hard to just like look at one little engage like that and say this would have made the difference.
Revenge, it lives.
And now we're tanking Sothis with Mystic Boost Air, which is good. Air's a really good cleanup unit. She cleans up. That's well played. Yeah, these beefy bonus units can be pretty good against Cav Line, because with Cav Line, you really want to have 2 tanks. It's kind of like the only defense map where 2 tanks is a good idea, but it does work really well against Cav Line, as we saw here. We have +2 triple debuff Fury 4 New Year's Ana. It's a good build. Yeah, that's fine. +10 Norn with close foil, lull attack speed, yikes, and oh, spendthrift bow, so that's a pretty good tank. I don't know about joint drive attack. I think attack smoke is strictly better, but so it's not worth the fodder there. But otherwise, good build. That's a good unit. Maribel. So what's kind of weird is the support choice in place of just a bonus unit. I don't know what extra she brings to the table here, but certainly invested. Drive attack is fine in place of Fort Res 4 and Peony. No seal though is feels kind of bad. Oh, Tamari Air. So this is just debuff central. Yeah, Air's a good user of Tamari. And then this is good building space, so they have plenty of room here to avoid pretty much everything. Yep. Turn 1 at least. Wow. That's through the harsh command of all those debuffs that we saw. And he was hit by everything. I mean, look at these stats. We did almost nothing to that Norn. My goodness. Jeez. Sothis too. She sure is beefy. Wow. I guess this is where Luis is a little worse than a Panic Staff Cav, because normally a debuffer has attacking priority over a regular attacking unit like Rolf. But because in this case Luis lost her combat, like she died, whereas Rolf stalemated his combat, they both lived. That means Rolf attacks before Luis. If Luis had also stalemated, she would have attacked first. Because she died, Rolf attacked first. And as you can see, I guess we're not seeing the full panic now, but the stats did not look very good when she was panicked. Rolf would have done a lot more damage to her. I guess Air couldn't kill Claude, but I don't know what Maribel's doing. Okay. Somebody's dead there.
Wanna see a trick?
Wow. 16 damage. Guess we got a crit quote. Still takes down Maribel.
Strategy in motion.
Strategy indeed.
Prepare yourself.
Huge damage. Nope.
This'll be quick work.
Dang. That is actually a lot of damage from the adaptive, but not enough. Wow, so Air needed that dance to take out Claude. I guess this is where Vantage Claude would be a little better. I just do like the value of low speed defense in the first turn. I wonder if they stepped on that just to set up Wings of Mercy. Probably did. Which makes sense. Or, wait, maybe not? No, they don't have wings. Okay, never mind. But yeah, now Air can just bait out the F1.
You won't suffer.
I don't know why they're attacking here. Needs to get her out of push range. I guess she probably killed Peony if she was still in push range. So that's pretty smart. It's not bad. And they clean up. Yeah, that's building space plus a really strong tank. That is definitely the answer to Cav Line. Or an answer to Cav Line. This building space is key. Peony with no special. Dude, drive speed is pretty fun though. Matthew with Fortress Defense. I don't understand that at all. Poison Strike. That attacks stat though. Oof. Unmerged Reinhardt. No Steel and Air, and Reinhardt and Kempf on the same team, and we're just not running assist skills apparently. What the heck? Alright. Oh, Catapult taking out my Dark Shrine. It's not bad. This is so weird. Okay, because the Catapult, Ethlin was still able to run up and restore Sothis, despite my best efforts. That is hilarious. Try as I might. She does not want to restore Luis. Is that a kill? It's gonna be close. Does he have Bonfire? Yeah. Yes, she was. Kempf and Reinhardt teaming up. guess air just had nowhere to go.
Comes to me.
Was that? That's not quite wings range. That's whatever. Oh boy. Yep. Yeah, between all the bow calves and Yoon,
Sleep.
it's really tough to hide the mythics on this map. At least Air and Peony, because all the bow calves and Yoon all win against Air and Peony if they initiate. And that's right, even Yoon wins against Air if she initiates, as long as Air has a debuff. Unless Yoon is like minus HP or something.
Sorry.
Nice. All right.
This is a treat. It can't be.
Magic is everything.
Even though I took Reinhardt off, we still got a Reinhardt quote. Definitely feels good. Alright, let's get into some real replays. Good old Bike Cena. Along with a +8 close call legendary Marth. Doesn't look too shabby. No bonus unit, but he is on season. Makes sense. Yep. Well, we know what we do to bikes. Yeah, he stepped up really far because he needed the extra space. Wow, Yoon does a lot of damage there. Debuff his res at all? I guess Cena's on the other side. No, not really. He just got hit by the Dark Shrine.
With gratitude.
Sotha's doing her job. This is a bike-free zone, folks.
I'm sorry.
That definitely feels good. That does not feel good. Sorry about that, Rolf.
I refuse to yield.
I mean, yeah, Marth's a good tank. I think he's a fine. If you have a copy merged up, you can be a fine tank in AR. I think it's worth like going out and getting just for that, but get him for arena scoring or something. Yeah, that's where Vantage should be better on a quad than the lull. Still haven't decided on that. But we just left Air to die for some reason.
Comes to me.
Alright. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna play this out. Get the 2-unit loss. I mean, that's... We take those for sure. It's as good as a success for me. Man, Ethlin does not want to get out of range of that tactics room. I shouldn't double Lucina. 50 speed. She must have been hit. Oh, she was hit by Bright Shrine. Yep, that'll do it. That'll do it. I guess it wasn't a kill anyway.
to yield.
Guess it will be kind of close because of Miracle, but I think Lucina doubles the darting blow. Yeah. I could have gotten spicy there. That was Seliph tank? That's kind of weird. Wow. Haven't seen one of these in a while. Okay, this is... We're, like, outthinking ourselves with these bond skills here. Don't use bond skills in AR, folks. It's not what you want. +4 Milla with Fortress Defense Red. I mean, I guess. 55 speed is probably overkill, but who am I to say? Or 55 defense, what did I even say? Speed? Yeah. Yep. That's interesting. It's an interesting hit and run unit. Bravefo's probably just better though. Yeah, some of these investment choices seem kind of weird, but Python's a good unit. Honestly, I wish I had one for Cav Line. I think he'd be pretty good. Merge him up without Grails. I just don't have enough copies right now. Catapult got my got my bonus bolt tower. Good value there. So the Milla, they put Milla on Luis. Oh, to keep the gravity on her, I guess. Makes sense.
Enough is enough.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that's a kill if Claude has Hone Cavs instead of Fortify Cavs from Ethlin. Oh boy.
This is a treat.
So I'm thinking I maybe overthought that one. It's a potential change for next time, for next week.
You've earned this.
Because there just aren't that many Averses these days on offense, and there aren't really a ton of global mechanic threats like that. It's mostly just global debuffs. I've seen a lot fewer than I thought I would.
I will never yield.
And then, I guess the other thing that's kind of protecting him too is that there's multiple options of who you would use Milla on, so they might not always use Milla on Ethlin. You could use her as Yoon, or you could use her on one of the Cavs as to prevent her from being targeted, prevent them from being targeted. So, I don't think I'm getting as much value out of the Fortify Cavs over the Hone Cavs I thought I would be. So I'll have to go back and look at the replays again. Yeah, Solif seems like a good tank. At least these guys can't kill him. But a lot of units work as tanks in the late season, especially now with Milla. The 8-turn thing just looks so weird. What the heck was that? Okay.
So emotional.
And Yuna's just sitting in like the crossfire of Tactics Room and Milla.
Repent.
Rip. That was well played. Man, all the broken units came to party this time. Flyer Guidance. I guess there are 3 flyers. It is the right build for Fallen Ike, except for that. I would probably switch the Oath skill. Not a big fan of Oath skills. He's probably pretty good here. He counters Panic, I guess. Yeah, he does, so. That's pretty cool. Hard loses to AoEs, though. Interesting. I guess this is one case where the bonds do kind of make sense. Because theoretically she'd be teleporting using her weapon next to her support partner, who is Ike. And they have building space too. Interesting. So took away Yoon. And then Ethlin just restored. That's again where restore AI can sometimes screw you up, because Ethlin restored Claude instead of restoring Luis, even though Claude didn't have combat, because that's just the way that restore AI works. I don't think it would have made a difference, but it's just one of those weird things. How close is that speed check? I guess that's gonna die.
Stay back.
Oh. Now Ike's got a lot of speed. Yeah, he's got a cheat weapon, 60, 68 speed, 71 speed. Wow. That's pretty wild. Yeah, I mean, I think he is a good tank. I just don't think he outperforms average tank options by that much, just because there's just certain maps that no tank can beat. So like compare him to like the Seliph from a prior replay if you want another red sword infantry. Like there aren't that many more maps that Fallen Ike can just blindly end turn than Seliph can. There are some, but there aren't that many. Why did Claude target the healing tower? Is there, like, building AI priority? Wait, he didn't target a building that turn. Okay. It's weird. It's just a fruitless chase down attempt. Huh. So he wanted some SP on Lilith.
How foolish.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Lilith didn't really do a whole lot, but tactics room plus building space plus a good tank will get the job done for sure. That's it for this week's replays, everybody. I think I need to do some more work around dealing with tanks. I think we deal with a bike pretty well, but there's a lot of other tank options these days that we're not handling as well. I think I just need to shuffle the order of the units a little bit and make the columns that aren't covered by the panic manor harder to end turn in. I think Rolf, in his current form, just isn't quite threatening enough. So that'll be the thing I work on during the off week here. It was a really good start to the season. 4 straight perfect matches, and then we kind of tailed off with only one other match after that being, would have been a 0. So, some mixed results for sure in the first week of late season Cav Line. I think a lot of people's defenses are getting shredded this week because of Milla, and hopefully we can make some improvements heading into next season. That's going to do it for this week, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd appreciate a like, a comment, and a subscribe, and I will see you all next time.